Yeah. So, how was workout? What'd you train?
I trained legs. It was good. Like, I hadn't been in the gym for a few months, so.
Yeah. So when did they close the gyms in Toronto? Like Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think they were open for like 10 days during that time. I had to think about it. Because in the summer they were open for like 6 weeks, and then they closed them again and then reopened them for 10 days. So I didn't even go back to the gym training my clients for that time because I knew they were going to close. And for me, I felt like that was too much back and forth, and I'm hoping they open soon. So
yeah, they're still not open.
Nope.
Yeah, one of my best friends, he lives on the corner of like Dundas and Bloor, and he's just dying because he comes down here like once a month if he can, just to like work out. But
yeah, exactly.
What do people do? Like, are you just training in your
Well,
home?
we got my fiance and I. We got like a bike, like a stationary bike, which I don't normally do, but I just like it in not even this weather, but in the winter to move more, literally just to move more. And I was doing intervals for a bit, but now that my diet is like super on point, I'm like not really doing cardio, and I'm saving my energy for when I train because I don't want to be tired. I don't want to tire my legs out.
Totally.
I will have to say, I did go for a run yesterday, which I don't do because I don't run at all. But my fiance was just feeling kind of blah, and he's like, want to go for a run? And I said yes, but I didn't really want to, but I went anyways to be supportive because that's what you have to do sometimes. So I did that, and then my inner thighs were killing me. I'm like, why do my abs hurt? Why does my inner thigh hurt? And I thought, great, it's going to screw up my leg workout. But it didn't. It was still a great workout, but yeah.
Great. So what machines did you use? Like, what did you focus on, I guess?
I did glutes and hamstrings. Like many women, or maybe even many people, like a lot of people are quad dominant. So I remember one time I was prepping for a competition, I didn't even directly train quads, which is fine, like leg extension.
Right.
I just did it with squats and lunges. So I did hip abduction machine. I like it because it reclines all the way back, which is cool.
The Nautilus one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's really nice.
And then I did seated hamstring curl. That's a good machine there too. Is there any other machines that have more of a stretch for the hamstring? Because I don't know the equipment that well, it's really hard for me sometimes to like.
We have a lying leg curl in the green room. Did you try that one?
Yeah, I did that. I did that. Is that hamstring curl new, by the way?
The seated one?
Yeah.
We've always had it, but it's different. It doesn't the pad doesn't lock you in at the quads, it locks you in at the shin, which is a little foreign to some people.
I've been on lots of machines, it's fine. Yeah. But no, it was good. I just I liked it. It was good. I didn't remember it last time, but probably because I gravitated towards the lying hamstring. Yeah,
if you set yourself up in the lying one, you'll probably get the best stretch.
Is that leg press new too, or am I crazy?
Which one? The Nitro?
I don't know.
Right beside the leg extension?
Yeah.
The one I saw you on that I was using with my client?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's been there. I just turned it vertically.
Oh. I don't know. Maybe I didn't have the seat adjusted last time properly, but it was like really good.
Yeah. Did you get a chance to try the big white scary one?
Honestly, I would have, but I can't be bothered to figure out with the equipment if I'm like trying to.
You want to get it done.
Yeah, but I would love to try it.
Yeah.
But all in all, it was a good workout. Mainly focused on exactly different hamstring variations. The leg press I just did regular because I hadn't done it for so long. I was like, I don't need to do variables because I'm that much less, like not as conditioned as I had.
It's going to be a novel new stimulus regardless.
So I was like, I'm cool with it. So it was good.
Just basic.
Yeah.
So how did you sequence the workout? So say a female wants to target their glutes or hamstrings. That's a common area that most women I talk to want to work on. So how'd you sequence the workout? So
I did 2 single joints. So I did the hip abduction, then I did the hamstring curl, then I did the compound movement, which was the leg press. I basically did that the whole session. I'm trying to think if I did something different. No, that's pretty much it. I probably did 12 exercises the whole session. And it was funny because it was already like 10 minutes in. I'm like, shit, I think I did only 3 sets. And I'm thinking like, probably also because I don't know the equipment that well, it was harder for me to adjust things. So I did work out for 40 minutes, not 30, because I felt like I needed extra time to like really get that last set in. And when I wanted to use that, you were on it. So I went downstairs and used a dumbbell for sumo and came back up.
Okay. Yeah. I was going to say.
But it was good.
I was just going to say, because like I know you were on that leg press multiple times, because I was cycling through with my clients and I was like, well, Ashley's on it, so I got to go do this now.
Yeah.
And work around it, right?
It was good. It's a great machine. I don't know how I missed it last time, but I did. I didn't know what I'd put the weight on. That sounds weird, but I'm like, click around the corner because I'm just not paying attention. Then after I looked, it was 400 pounds. I was like, what
on
the
stack?
Fuck? Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'll say with that one is, for whatever reason, like the weight seems really heavy, but it feels lighter.
Oh, it looks
like if you put 400 on there,
obviously,
and it feels lighter.
But what about the double leg,
the duo,
or the single? Yeah,
I think
is that the same? Or
no, I think that's harder. Like I think, like it feels heavier. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like that one, I'm still a mystery.
I couldn't figure it out, so I moved on.
Yeah.
Like was it stuck or no?
The blue one we're talking about?
Yeah.
Where like your knee can come back to your chest. Like if you sit in it
This
properly.
one.
Yeah, the duo leg press. Yeah, I'm not a master at that machine yet. But it's
no, but like I couldn't find the thing.
The stack is probably all at the bottom.
Oh.
You probably just didn't see the pin.
Like, where is this thing?
Yeah. I think I was probably the last one to use it, and I probably put the whole stack on, and even then I can only get like 4 reps. Like it's ridiculous.
I did, but it was awkward. I was like, I can't, because I was sliding up because it was so heavy, right? I'm like, clearly this is wrong for me. But
yeah. You need to like work with that one to figure out your groove, right?
Totally. Well, a few times ago when I was here, I remember
you were using it.
You had like, yeah, it's really good. I find that one targets my glutes.
But if you only have half an hour and you're trying to get a good workout in, farting around with that.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I moved, because I couldn't find the pin, but that's just me not knowing things.
Yeah, just do a lunge or sumo or something.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it was perfect.
Sweet.
It was good.
Yeah. So that's good. I'm glad you liked the place. Really good. So we kind of just touched on something. So just the whole, like you were saying, like, oh, my workout was about 40 minutes, right? Most people would say, okay, that's really short. You're only working out 40 minutes. But in reality, you actually want it to be, you prefer it to be closer to half hour. Mm-hmm. Can you touch on that and maybe why people think working out longer is better versus working out more intense and short is actually what drives results?
Right.
Because my followers are going to hear me say this all the time.
Okay.
This is going to be new for them to hear someone else who they might
I don't know if I'm going to say exactly the same, but if you're training properly and you're training intensely enough, 30 minutes is great. It's a great amount of time to stimulate the muscles, get tired, and you really shouldn't be able to work out longer than that. If you are, you're probably doing it wrong. And I say wrong loosely, but like you either are lifting too fast, like maybe your cadence is off, maybe you're not lifting heavy enough, maybe you're lifting too heavy. Like there's so many different variables, but you should be able to do a workout in that period of time, like 40 minutes max. Like totally. If you're getting trained, it should be 30 because they should be kicking your ass. Like
you're hiring them for that.
And
that's our job.
I think a big thing is if you're working out longer than that, you're really not working out your muscle properly. Like you're probably not focusing enough, because I would die if I had to work out 1 hour working out the way that I work out and feeling my muscle through every inch of the exercise. I wouldn't be able to continue. So muscle mind connection, I don't know if there's like a better term for that, but that's huge. And I find if you're not focusing, it turns into being more like an F45 workout. Like, sorry, but not sorry. Yeah.
more just like
cardio based, I guess.
Yeah,
like, I don't know what to call
right?
it. Yeah.
Exactly. So what you're saying is half an hour, and this is, I agree 100%, half an hour is an appropriate amount of time to create a stimulus.
Yeah, 100%.
In the body, right?
And then not only that, like you need to take time to rest a certain amount of days depending on the individual, so that next time you come back you want to be actually stronger. You're not trying you need time to like your muscles to heal. So your muscles aren't actually growing in the gym, they're growing in recovery, which is not training. Mm-hmm. So
anabolic state.
Right. Which most, I'm gonna say, guys, whatever, they like that pump feeling, so they're addicted, so they go back to the gym. Like, what are they actually doing? Are they even looking at the results? Or are they just going back for the pump, which is cool too. But like, I know most guys that work out like are trying to build muscle. Like,
right. Totally. You know? I've been on both sides of the spectrum, right? Yeah. So I totally get where that person's coming from, who wants to go to the gym every day. But now being on this side of it, as in the more professional side of it, I see that being almost like a mistake now.
Yeah.
A thinking error, if you will, right?
It could be mentally stimulating to go and try, like a stressful release too, but I honestly feel like our lives are so stressful. We don't need to add more stress into going to the gym every day. Once it becomes, once you don't want to train anymore, you probably should not go to the gym as much, because there's a fine line between wanting to go and feeling good and a fine line of going because you think you need to go.
Right. I think a lot of people don't really understand what it feels to feel like to be fully recovered either. So like during the lockdown, I did a little experiment on myself where I was just going to train like push, pull, legs every other day with the rest day in between. Right. And then by the time I would get back to my push day after like resting before and after legs, I would wake up and I even texted people like when I'd wake up and be like, I feel strong today. And then I go on my in body and like I'm up in muscle. And then the next workout, I almost hit a PR 100%. You know what I mean?
How many days rest did you have?
I would just rest every other day. But I was just doing I would do like 4 sets of push, then rest, then 4 sets of pull, rest, then 4, very, very minimal. High intensity, just failure, negatives, holds, whatever I could do to extend the one set, just like crazy. But only like 4 sets, so I might do like incline press.
How long does that take you? Like 10 minutes?
It might take me 40 minutes. Really? But I was just like resting like 3-4 minutes in between sets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
might get more strength.
I might do like a warm up of like 1 plate on the hammer incline press, then rest, 2 plates. I might do like 1 rep just to get my nervous system engaged. Not doing like 10 reps and then 3 plates, 10 reps. You're too tired to hit the heavy weight. Yeah, right? Exactly. Like you're saying, you don't want to fart around. You want to get to that heavy weight, control it, and then move on, right? So I might have been in there for like 30-40 minutes, but I was only doing like 4 sets. Yeah. Right? But every single time I recovered. Yeah. And I got stronger, right?
That's the point.
But I knew I felt good when I woke up. I didn't have to check the in-body. And the in-body just reaffirmed everything I was feeling. Yeah. And then I went and hit a new weight, right? So a lot of people think like, oh, I trained chest yesterday, so I'll do back today, and then legs on Wednesday. And then, I can do shoulders because my chest doesn't hurt anymore. You're chronically fatigued. Like, they have no clue what feeling rested actually feels like, right? So I see this all the time. I'm sure you do too.
That's my fiance.
Okay.
I'm like, I can't even tell him. He's like, I still don't even understand how you train. I try to tell him, but it's okay. Little by little.
Has he let you train him?
I put him, I'm not sure if I did a full session with him, but he did do one of my live Instagram leg sessions, and he was like groaning in the background. I'm like, can you stop? Everyone can hear you on live. Like, we're just doing lunges, elevated lunge. Give me a break with no weight. It's good though.
It's so funny. So I'll say this for sure. Like, as a trainer, I have to say, men are bigger babies than women. Women have a higher pain tolerance, just in my experience. I don't know whether that's because you're hardwired for birth or whatever it is, but women...
You probably read it. We do.
Yeah, I'm sure I've read it, but I've experienced it in my work,
right? Especially because you probably work with more men than I do, to be real. Like it's like 80-20 for me, like female versus male, but...
I find men are more vocal and like say, let's just use the RPE scale, rate of perceived exertion. So if a female's at like a level 9 or 10 on a leg press, they'll be stoic. Like they will be barely showing any signs of like anxiety or like whatever, panic, right? They're very calm. A man could be at like a 6 or a 7 and they're like, oh my God, or like they're moving faster.
I think they think if they make noise, it like makes them stronger, which is like not true, but I just say use your breathing. Even when I was on there, I was trying to be quiet because I know, and I was like, oh yeah. I like do the Lamaze type of breathing, but I know how to control my breathing. But I mean, like I said, I haven't been here for a few months, so it's relatively not new, but like you really have to make sure you're moving at a good pace and like really struggling.
Totally, right? And then like you said, half an hour is plenty of time for doing it properly. And we're fortunate enough, like, I don't know, like, when it was you got connected with Steve or prescribed, but until I got connected with them, like, I didn't really put all these pieces together either. So we're sort of fortunate with our background. I feel like. And that kind of gives us...
Before, I was working with somebody else, and it was literally, you just trained every day. It was stupid. Yeah. So, I mean, you are burning calories, but I was also in a deficit, so I was just exhausting my body, which is fine for a short period of time. Like, I was doing a competition, and it worked, but I wasn't building muscle, so. No. But when we did start working together, it was definitely life-changing for sure. Yeah. So very cool. It definitely changed like my life and obviously the trajectory of everything for me, but just so many things that we learned in that time, and then having to give it to other people now it's kind of awesome. But yeah, when you take a look around at
the fitness world is so diluted with,
Honestly, like in person, like I am freelancing at a gym, but I was freelancing at a smaller studio, and it's just the professionalism is just so different between prescribed people. I'll just call us that because I don't want to single myself out.
Yeah. We don't want to be combative
people.
like with
any
other type of exercise. We're just saying from our experience, because I think our experience is valid, right?
100%.
And you know what I mean? And I would say that the standards of professionalism was here, and no one else has ever seen us met that. Right?
Exactly. Even online, like I find it difficult because I see things, and then especially like I'm on TikTok a lot now, and a lot of people are adults. I don't know if you're on TikTok, but I'm like I don't know if everyone that follows me, but there's professionals on there, doctors and everything, and I follow a lot of those people. But there are people on there that kind of make fun of other people, and I'm like, or they're not make fun, but they're like calling out and saying that that's wrong. But anyways, I don't know where I'm going with that, but I just don't like to do that personally. I just want to focus on like what I believe is right, what I know is right. I'm not gonna like bring someone else into it and like show that they're wrong.
Right.
You know?
No, it's not.
It's tough because you want to make sure that you're showing everyone that what you're doing is correct. But like, there's so much stuff out there. It's really hard for people to trust others. So.
Right. And I just think that like the more educated you get with exercise science, the more sessions you do, you start to realize that a lot of the principles that we practice, they're scientifically like unescapable.
Right.
You know what I mean? So then when you look at something that is more like flavor of the month or more fun or group oriented, right? You start to realize where it starts to break down. And anyone who's trained with us will go somewhere else. They will likely realize, they'll come back. I don't know if you've had this happen. I've had this happen multiple times, right? They'll go somewhere else and they'll be like, you know what? Like, this, it just wasn't as good. I understand it now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Have you had that experience?
For sure. Yeah.
Right.
A lot of people, not so much leave, but they'll like take a break, and I'm like, yeah, I know they'll be back.
Or they'll go do some class with like a friend or something, and then they'll go like, this is wrong. Like they've learned so much just from being with us.
They're like, I hear your voice in my head. I don't know if you hear that, but I've heard that so many times. I'm like, oh, cool, that's nice. Or like, chest up, core tight, shoulders back.
Midsection tight.
Yeah.
Slow and controlled.
Yeah.
Slow it down.
Yeah.
Slow it down. Slow it down. Slow it down.
I know.
Like,
yeah.
like
so that's one takeaway is like slow your exercise down, feel the muscle.
Yeah. When in doubt, slow it down.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Exactly.
Awesome. Okay, good. Maybe we'll finish up one more time. We have a visual here with this. So I know we touched on like at the start of this was how muscle's actually built. So a lot of people I find are confused with this, and maybe specifically women because they're afraid of being bulky. So they tend to gravitate towards maybe more of a group class or something a little less intense because they've had this bad taste in their mouth from bodybuilding, right? But maybe just let people know, because I know I have a lot of female followers and clients. 90% of my client base is women. And actually, people who follow me know who you are from Instagram and whatnot. So maybe you could just explain to them like how this actually synthesizes.
Is that still a thing that women think that they're gonna get bulky?
Yes, that's still a thing. So how I explain it to them is like on the in-body, you'll print out their sheet, say they're like 53 pounds of muscle or whatever. Yeah. I'll be like, hey, look, I'm like 120 something. Dorian Yates on the wall, Mr. Olympia is probably like 200 something.
Yeah.
Like we're only going from 53 to 60.
Yeah.
We're not going from 53 to 120 to.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I try to explain it, and I try to explain like this takes time. It's not just going to happen on accident.
Which is what I was just going to say. It is interesting because you think as a female when you grow muscle like you're going to look like a dude, because dudes have, when they grow muscle, they look more masculine. But the funny part is when women grow muscle, you actually look more feminine, like, which is weird, but you have like nice sculpted shoulders. Your glutes are going to grow, your lats are going to grow, which is your upper back, which might sound scary, but it's going to cinch your waist in more.
It'll
so like it's not that like, yes, measurements matter, but it's also a visual. And I've read about this lots of times, and that is what sounds really weird, but like the opposite sex men are attracted to that. I can't say everybody, but I've read evolutionary wise, like hips to waist ratio.
Yeah, men are
so like
towards
it doesn't matter if your hips are 42 or whatever 48, but if your waist is smaller than that, you're gonna have that look. That's right?
It doesn't matter proportionally how big you are.
Exactly.
It's just about that
shape,
right?
What helps is building the muscle, because you'll have And it takes a long time to build it. So you're not going to basically just go in and focus and get it done.
Yeah.
Because you'll look better, you'll feel better.
And then all the benefits of the metabolism increase.
Oh yeah, for
right?
sure.
Makes having a glass of wine a lot easier.
Definitely, yeah,
right?
For sure. The more muscle you have, the more calories you burn, and boost your metabolism.
And your body will partition nutrients better. Life just gets easier, right?
Yeah, 100%.